Hi, everybody. Welcome to A Kiss for Luck. I'm Steve.
I'm Charisse.
And the third leg of our stool, like Charisse likes to say, I prefer pyramid, triangle. Mike Crutchfield from Northern California. Mike, how are you?
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is all ready for the big weekend this weekend at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Risen Star Day. And the fourth corner of our broadcast today is Track Gabe, live and breathe horse racing extraordinaire, owner, proprietor, CFO. How are you, Track Gabe?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. It's always nice to talk to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you're
Mhm.
here. You always shed great light on things, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of
Sure.
light shed here in a moment from all of us. And speaking of light shedding, there's Mike, ready to roll. He's got his forms out. Lay it on
Yeah,
us.
ready to go and looking forward to getting picks from, Gabe and yourself and Charisse and, hopefully having a good weekend. So again, I'm gonna give out the late pick five. It's a $120 play. And I think it could be a pretty live ticket. It starts in race four
Mhm.
at Aqueduct, and I'm gonna in the first race, the first leg of that, I'm gonna use three horses. I'm gonna use the number one, Rument, the number two, Devil's Arrow, and my top selection is gonna be Alivia Mavis. And again, I really what I don't like about that horse is the horse is 5-1. I like that, but is a little camera shy. But I think this is the right group for this horse. The horse has run second 8 times and and third 6 times, so is a little camera shy. But I'm gonna play that horse at a price. I usually don't like to play horses that nibble like this, but I think that this horse has finally got the right group. So that'll be my top selection at 5-1.
All right, you got 127, and that seven's trained by Jamie Ness, who's hot as a pistol.
Yeah, he's hot. That's the other thing, and the horse has run twice over that strip and is never been. I mean, it's been first and second. So
Mike,
uh, yes.
I don't think you're going to get 5-1 on that horse. I think you're going to get 9-5.
Yeah, even with the horse being camera shy,
Yeah, I think
Gabe.
that the field's pretty bad for the level, and he looks
Yep.
like he's better than the field. And I just think that morning line's wrong. I would put that horse at 5-2, 2-1.
Yeah, I like, again, I hope I can get that, but and I was thinking maybe because it's coming back in from Parks, I might get some, but the horse, like you could see, has run really, really well over that strip. So,
Yeah,
so I agree with you. I may not get 5-1, but I think that horse should win the race.
yeah,
Cool
me too.
deal.
Yep. So
All right.
okay, I'll go to Aqueduct race number five, and I'm going to use. I hate doing this because these horses all look the same to me, and Linda Rice has two horses in here, and she has the number three, Noguchi, the number seven, Come the Papa, and the horse. I'm going to use those two, and I hate doing that using both of our horses, but I'm going to do it in this case. But my top selection is going to be the number six, Freedom Maker. I think that horse might get the right trip tomorrow at 4-1 with Manny Franco, and he won 4 races yesterday. He's riding pretty well right now.
Yep, he sure is. All right, 367.
Yep. Okay, so I'll go to race six, and again, I I'm going to use three horses. I'm going to use the number three, My First Love, which we all remember that getting our heart broke, right? So I'm going to use
Yeah.
that one, and I'm going to use again. I'm gonna stick with Manny Franco. Him and Chris Engel. He uses him when his horses are live. So I'm going to use the five, but my top selection is going to be the number eight. at 5 to 1. And this horse is dropping back down to his friends. And I think this horse gets the right trip. I love the last work on a sixth, 48 Breezing. I just think that that horse is going to be the one. I would take those three and box them. I would box 3, 5, 8 and use 8, hopefully at 5 to 1. Gabe, you think I can get 5 to 1 on the 8?
I looked at this race. I think 3 to 1.
Really?
Yeah, I think you could probably get about 3 to 1 on that horse.
Okay. All right. So I'll go to race number 7. And again, I'm going to use 3 horses. That's what I'm going to do. Now, there's a horse in here that I think we've all scored on. Old class horse, Sheriff Blanco. We
Yeah.
all, Bianco.
Bianco.
Sheriff
We've
Bianco.
all probably used that one
Yay!
before, right?
Go Chad! Go Chad!
Gosh,
That's our last hope is Sheriff
Sorry.
Bianco, Mike. Come
yeah,
on, Gabe.
yeah. 8-year-old. 8-year-old coming off a layoff. I'm gonna include that one because I can't. I'm not gonna let that one beat me. So I'm gonna
You're
use
not
the
going to let
one.
Linda Rice beat you, as you're going to say.
Yes,
I understand that one because
yeah,
I've
because
been there.
Gabe, I tell you, she is an amazing trainer. You,
Yeah,
I mean, and she brings prices too,
she
and
does.
and people will not bet her, but she is an incredible trainer. So I'm going to use I'm not going to leave Sheriff Bianco out. So I'm going to use the 1, 3, and my top selection is actually going to be the number 8 at 10 to 1. I love those horses coming in from Parks, and they come in from Parks to Aqueduct. This horse is 4 for 4 over the surface. I mean, has run third twice and has a win and a second. And at 10 to 1, I like the trip he's going to get, and that's going to be my top selection.
Mm,
Wow.
nice.
I'm looking at this horse just real quick. That horse has a lot of good angles. I overlooked this horse. Thank you. See, this is why I like dealing with you guys. Good handicappers like Mike and Charisse and sometimes Steve.
No,
Occasionally.
You
sometimes
guys will open my eyes to horses, and you know what? This horse figures because he's going to get
Yeah.
that stalking trip behind the speed. He's
Yep.
got the outside post, and it's third time off layoff, and he seems like he's in good form. So I think you got a good one there, Mike. I'm going to join you on that one, brother.
Yeah, no, I
That's a
think
good one.
you can. Yeah, I think you can put them in your in your exacta or tries, Gabe. And I think
Yeah,
he should be somewhere around. And again,
that's a
I
good
think the
one.
one is gonna be on the engine from the. I mean, he has no
Yeah, the one will be
other
on
choice. He has to go, right.
definitely.
And it doesn't look like if you look at the race, it looks like he may get a clear lead there from the rail at
Yeah.
7 to 2.
Yep.
So anyway, so those are the 3 I'm going to use there. And in race number 8, I'm going to use 3 horses, and I'm going to use the 1, 5, 7 with the 1 being my top selection at 8 to 1. I love a horse that starts to improve a little bit. It's a subtle improvement that has blessed me tremendously. That last quarter of a mile. If you look at that race, the last quarter of a mile, the horse, was closing in on him a little bit there. I love playing that angle, and the horse was 34 to 1. Now the horse is actually dropping back down so ran a good race to me, dropping back down. These are going to be easier, and I love that horse at 8 to 1. So that horse is going to be rolling late. I can tell you that. And again, I'll use the 5 and the 7 as well.
Good deal. All right.
Would you agree, Mike, that since it's maiden win, this is the by far the easiest field he's faced since that maiden win?
Yes, it is. And Gabe, I'll tell you something else too. The 5 ran a better than race, the 5 was in all kind of trouble. Look at the last quarter of a mile. Was fifth. Was actually 6 by 6. Got blocked. So the horse stumbled and got bumped at the break. And then look at how this horse came running home. Now the trainer Bruce must have been pissed because he takes Eric off of the horse and puts one of his top jocks on him, and I think it's a money run there as well.
Another big class drop too.
Yeah, those are little things that you look at, but that I kind of like. But Consell moves to the 7, so I just think that he's going to really be trying hard tomorrow because he got taken off a couple horses.
Yeah, he got off the 3 and the 6.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So anyway, I think that is a good little box there. If you could box that, and it's some decent prices too. Consell is 9-2. I think that horse can float up some. What do you think, Steve and Gabe, Cherie?
I think you're right there. I think the 4 morning line 8-5 with the Miguel Clement, that's a monster drop. I don't like drops that drastic. I mean that scares the heck out
Fire
of me.
sale. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
for sure.
That's too big of a. They gave up on him too quick. He may beat me, but I won't play a horse like that they give up like that on.
No, I agree. 100%.
I like your style, Mike. I like how you leave off the favorite. It's how you make money in this game.
Yeah, I learned long ago. Now sometimes, Gabe, when it's a favorite that really makes sense. I mean, some of my biggest scores, I've had a 3-5. I had
of course,
5 and got 35,000 with a 3
but
to
a lot
5
of people will.
5.
But a lot of people will defensively just use the favorite no matter what.
No,
you can't do that.
No, you have to be willing to take your medicine, as my grandfather would say. I just won't. I'm just totally against the horse.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yep.
I agree with you on that, Mike. That's a $120 ticket tomorrow at Aqueduct, and that's the Late P5, and that's got some prices in it. I like it. Charisse, are you ready to give us something?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to go to the question for you guys. Is the Coast to Coast Pick 5 50 cents or $1 minimum?
Yeah.
It doesn't list it in DRF, so.
That's a good question.
One of them is $1 and one of them is 50 cents.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
It's the one I'm going to give out. I've got 2 singles. It's either going to be $9 for 50 cents or $18 for $1. So, Mike, you calculate how many times you want to play it.
Okay, and where is this starting at, Charisse?
This is starting Friday.
$1 minimum.
Thank you, Gabe. Okay, so $18, Mike, you should be able to cover me for about 10 times.
I'll play it twice for you.
Okay.
Steve's got all the money. He'll take care of you.
Race 9 at Gulfstream is where it starts. So
was this Friday?
This is Friday.
Okay.
Coast to Coast Pick 5, leg 1. Post time is 4:20 Eastern. I am singling the number 7, Sugarfish. This horse, it was a private sale from Mullen's clients to Sappy Joseph. They moved the horse to a mare to Gulfstream. She's working decent and she is dropping. So I am going to single Sugarfish. The second leg, another Gulfstream race, is going to be number 5, Authentic Legend. Todd Pletcher with Tyler Gaffleone, no doubt will go off as the favorite. I'm also going to use the 6, English Rocker. Riley Mott puts Javi Castellano in the irons, dropping from a maiden allowance to a maiden 50, like the horse. One more in this leg. Number 9 on the outside. No more war. Mark Cassie. Can he do anything wrong these days? I don't think so. So I'm just throwing him in because it's Cassie. Okay. In the third leg, the last Gulfstream race, I'm using, here's my other single, number 2, Island Paradise. Leonard Powell and Diego Herrera. I'm telling you, this horse.
That's Santa Anita, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. The
No, that's
last
Yeah,
three
okay.
right.
legs are Santa
I
Anita.
thought I was
I'm
going
sorry.
crazy for a sec.
I was
Sorry,
like, is there another
sorry.
race?
Yeah, Diego's
Leonard
flying
and
out to
Diego went to
Florida.
the Gulfstream. Okay.
Sorry, sorry.
All right.
Third leg on Friday is race 4 from Santa Anita.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Okay.
Number
Uh-oh.
2, Island
Oh
Paradise.
boy.
Leonard Powell and Diego Herrera. Gabe, this horse will win lights out. I guarantee it. I don't see anything that will come close. Not at all. So I'm singling that horse. The fourth leg is race 5 from Santa Anita. I'm using the 6th. Another price for me with my hot riding Los Al jockey, Cesar Ortega. Love this jockey. Saint
I like that horse.
Number 6, 10 to 1 morning line. Chuck Charisse is bringing this horse over from Los
Yes.
Al. Like it, but it's not a single. I'm also using the 10, Sensational
You have to
ZZ.
use the 10, yes.
Was that horse named after ZZ Powell?
I
ZZ
think
Howell?
ZZ Top.
Oh, ZZ. Anyway, hi ZZ if you're watching. Anyway, I do like Sensational ZZ. I especially like Francisco Rodriguez. If you've been following his stats at Los Al at night, Gabe, this trainer is on fire. So he's bringing this horse over to Santa Anita, getting Kimura to ride. Come on, it's a $10,000 claimer. Boom. Sensational ZZ. And then in the last leg, which is race 6 from Santa Anita, I'm using, of course, Mr. Sadler, the favorite, Latitude, number 1 with Florent Giroux. First time on the turf, but as Tomlinson is a 327, I think he can handle the turf. I am also going to use John Sadler's other horse, Midway Lane with Kyle Frey, 9 to 2. Hronis owns both of them, and do like that horse. Now, listen to me on this horse. Number 6, Legal Air, Van Belvoir trains, okay? Working steady, working well. Look at this though, Gabe. Van ran him January 9th at Santa Anita on the grass, second to Coco San. Ships him back to Turf Paradise, thinking he's going to run him somewhere there. Works him 3 times. Yes, 3 times. Excellent works. 112 and 2, 112 and 1, 112 and 1. Brings him back for this race and puts Kimura on him. Morning line 4 to 1. What do you think?
You won't get 4 to 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, it's an $18 ticket.
All right.
And for $1. And I did want to mention one thing on Sunday. And I know that the 3 of us before we went live were talking about this jockey, but I want to point out Sunland Park Sunday is the Sunland Park Derby, race 9 on Sunday.
Mhm.
It is, I believe, 20 Derby points. Look at the one horse here. And they seem to be talking about this horse because the people that bought this horse as a yearling paid like, I don't know, 15, 18,000 for it. Well, this trainer, Raid Rarick, who had him before at Remington, the horse wins the Springboard Mile, which is ungraded, by 6.25 lengths. And they put him in the Fasig-Tipton quickie sale that they had, right? The horse sells for 800,000.
Mhm.
And the owners are longtime clients of Justin Evans. And I read an article, there's an article on the cover of DRF today, mentioning this Paradise Farms, how the owners have been in Arizona forever and they've been very loyal to Justin Evans, and they are higher than a kite. They had their eyes focused on this horse after that win. They were going to get him in the sale. $800,000 later, they got him. So all I'm saying is, why not? JJ goes out to ride, single him. Now, the number 2, Sharon's Beach, will be scratched. I heard this morning that Jonathan Thomas opted for a California race on Sunday.
Okay.
That's good information.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good
So-
information.
Let me add on that Express Kid.
Yeah.
That horse is going to be about 1 to 2 odds, I
Do
think.
you think?
Yeah, I think that horse is going to be a huge, huge favorite.
Well,
I know they put morning line 3 to 1, but I think they do that to get you like not to skip the race. You know, some morning line makers are told, hey, don't, put a horse at 6 to 5 or lower, make it look good, so people don't skip
Yeah.
the race. But
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, the horse was outstanding in its 2 races, and JJ goes over there too. I mean, that's another angle to look at too. So, but yeah, that's a definite single. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Is he going over there to ride for Baffert?
No.
See, wow. So he's giving up Santa Anita mounts to go there to ride. Wow, that's interesting.
Well, actually, in the 7th race, he's riding Battle of Rouge, who's going to be 1 to 9 for
Baffert
Baffert.
horse?
Yeah,
Oh, that's Sunday?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
Sunday.
the Oaks.
Okay.
Okay, Sunland
Okay.
Park
Oaks,
Oaks.
yeah.
I see
that
that.
horse will be 1
Got
to
it.
9 and should win by the length of the stretch.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Bob's wife owns that horse.
Yep.
Yeah, the lovely
Yeah.
Jill.
Jill-
She's a lovely
Jilly
woman.
Baffert.
I love her.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Bob Baffert's not going to win his 5th Sunland Derby because he doesn't have one in there. So
Oh,
that's
well, talking about that Sunland, if anybody's interested, because I know some people, especially some of your viewers out there, if you want to go against big favorites or want to bet big favorites, some people like to bet big favorites, which is usually not a good way to go. But if that's your taste, then Sunland Park's going to be your go-to because every race is going to have a huge favorite, in my opinion.
Mm.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, the 6th race is going to have a horse probably 2 to 5, 7th race 1 to 9, 8th race probably 3 to 5 on Carina, and then the 9th race Express Kid will probably be 1 to 2. So if you like to bet against favorites, if
Yeah.
that's your deal, then I know you do, Charisse. I know you like to get them long shots in. So
Yep.
that's your.
if you see
That's
anything,
going to
let
be
me
your
know.
track Sunday, babe. That's going to be your track.
Yep.
It's gonna be my track. Hey, I know a person one time they hit a pick 5 and it paid $25, right? And everybody's like, okay. He hit it for $100, so
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Well,
he went
yeah.
single for $100, and
Yep.
so that's not a bad bet if you really think
No.
about it. 25 to
No.
1.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not a bad bet. And like I said, the game is so tough. And, I've told Steve and Charisse this. I just, I just can't beat them, with, the win. I can, especially with the CAWs now, what's going on with that. It's
Oh
just,
yeah.
they have made it really hard for horse players to make any money with what they allow the CAWs to do.
Yeah.
We could talk about that at the end if we want, but then again, maybe this broadcast will be like 2 hours if we
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
maybe we'll save that for next
The
week. But
marathon
you are
show.
so right.
Yeah.
So what do you got for us, Gabe?
All right. Well, Charisse gave out a horse in a race that I love tomorrow. Or I'm sorry, Friday. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
That's
And
tomorrow.
she's worrying me because a lot of times when I love a horse and Charisse loves a horse, her horse ends up winning, and then I get sad and want to just quit the game.
Oh, when.
Yeah, it gets me upset, especially when I really like a horse. I don't know about you guys, but when I really like a horse and it doesn't win, I get really upset.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
race 4, Santa Anita. Charisse likes the 2 Island Paradise
My
with
single. Mm-hmm.
she singles them. My best bet of the day is in that race. It's with the number 1 horse, Lorenzo Benini. George Papadromo can't lose, it seems, lately. Every horse he brings out is just running at their eyeballs out. And this horse has the rail also, and it's the only speed of the race. There's not a drop of speed in the race. So I see Lorenzo Bernini getting a clear lead all by himself with Giroux, who's actually a very good rating jockey on speed.
Mhm.
And this horse also There was another thing I liked on this horse. Oh, second off the layoff as well. He lost last time and got beat in the stretch, and I think he needed that race. That was his first race in 3 months. Steady workout pattern since. So I absolutely love Lorenzo Bernini in race 4. But since Charisse likes the 2 Island Paradise, I will be doing an exacta box 1-2. And I love that because the inside, it's
Yeah.
the closest
Yeah.
way to the wire, the
Mhm.
inside on the turf. So
Why
Yeah.
not? Yeah.
Hey,
why not?
Gabe, do you have any intrepidation about the horse going a mile and an eighth versus a mile?
no, I think the authentic was decent, good sire. He was able
Hmm.
to, he won the Breeders' Cup Classic, going a
Yep.
mile and a quarter, won the Derby and all that. So I think, with that being said, and then sometimes it's sort of like I know the horse quits going 8 furlongs, and I thought about that, but then they might
Hmm.
end up going slower early.
Mm.
A
Yeah.
lot of times they end up going a little slower early. So, and with no pace in the race, I'm hoping for like
Right.
a 24-48, 112, 113 kind of but that's a good question because I was thinking
Yeah.
about that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But again, Papa Padromo, just everything he's putting out there is just running big. So,
Yeah. He's
just
at
like Linda Rice, you
24%.
can't leave him off the ticket right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
True that. True that.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, he could go out there and just walk the dog on the front end with that
Yeah.
that field. And if he does that, then mile and eighth's not going to matter.
I mean, they can't even get anywhere. I mean, I don't think they can get anywhere near him the first, half of the race. I mean, it's just void of any speed. So if he could slow it down enough, maybe he can sprint on home.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Leo is going to tell Diego in the paddock, hey, oh, honey, you do a really good imitation of Leo. I can't do it, but
Leo Powell,
Leo Powell
which
say,
is
oh, break out a little close.
Diego, you must keep it close to him, and then at the end, you take off at the end. That's Leonard Powell. I love you, Leonard.
Leo,
This is love.
Leo.
Oh
Uh,
man.
Good guy. Good
I got
guy.
another one for Saturday. Can I give
Oh,
out a
Okay.
Saturday pick?
yeah.
Yes.
Well, Charisse gives out Sunday picks, so I should be
No,
Saturday picks,
right?
I'll even give out a little trifecta in here too.
Okay.
I don't remember that one time we were on the radio together with another host who we're not going to mention. We gave out a trifecta. Charisse, remember we
Yeah.
paid like $500.
Yes.
We could do that
Yeah.
again.
Okay, let's do it. What race?
Number 8, Santa Anita Park, race 8.
Okay.
And I
Saturday.
love the number 9 video review. Abel Lascano, underrated jockey, seems to be. I like him. I'm really beginning to like him a lot. Sadler, obviously, wonderful trainer. Dropping in class, getting ready to win. I just think this horse towers over this very, very weak field of unproven horses, and this horse is making this drop in class should just do the trick. And I think they're at the point where they don't. Ronus Racing, I mean, he owns the grapes and all that, the fruit business.
Hmm.
He's a billionaire anyway, so he's like,
Sure.
just get rid of this horse.
Hmm.
You got to look at things like that. That's when, when you're anybody listening, you want to look at the owner's intentions. There's another trainer or connections, Michael McCarthy. They put a lot of horses on fire sales, to get room for the barn. So you
Yep.
got to look at things like that, rather than a small barn, which, values every horse in the barn a lot, and they depend on those horses, where you have connections like Ronis Racing and Sadler, where they lose this horse, they don't care. They're
Yeah.
not going to lose a wink of sleep. So video review is an absolute major contender. 7-2 morning line. I think that's a terrible morning line. AI is doing the morning line at Santa Anita, and they're making a lot of mistakes. I told them 300 a day and I'll do it, but
Yeah.
seriously, I'll do a way better morning line than AI.
Of course you
But nonetheless, video review is going to win, and I'm going to give the Charisse trifecta here. You go 9 to the 236 236.
Okay.
That's for $1. That's only $6. Steve, you have millions, so you could give her some money and bet a $10 trifecta for $60. Go
You
9
know,
to the 236 and make all that money.
Yeah.
you know what, Gabe? I could get my metal detector out on my beach here and find that kind of money. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Get some of that gold. That's going to be a good, and
See,
video review is going to be a good one for your pick four, late pick five singles too. You know, because it's 7 to 2 on the morning line. So, you know, those people that just bet morning lines, they, you know, we might get a little more value because of that.
like it.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's part of the late pick three, the
Oh
$3
yeah,
late
that
pick three,
too.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
That's a
love
really
that
good
bet.
bet.
Yeah, it is.
We all
Okay.
need to be doing that bet because of the lower takeout and the bigger
yeah,
payouts and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other ones, Gabe, that and again, the only way I'm finding a way to have some success at the races are playing like the tropical $3 pick threes and
mhm,
the larger dollar bets are really paying. Steve, you've noticed that as well, and I
100%.
just like I said, I just can't. It's hard to beat them now with this CAW stuff without playing those larger wagering races.
You know, the best secret in Santa Anita, as somebody who follows Santa Anita more than anybody, and I was talking to Steve about this too, and I hit a trifecta right in front of him.
mhm,
Is the trifecta. The trifecta
Mm-hmm.
is the most underrated bet right now. It's a dollar minimum, and
Yeah.
I will see
Mm-hmm.
favorite come in, and it'll pay $34. The other day, I hit one right in front of Steve in that race where we were all in the winner circle. That
yeah,
paid
Yep.
$77, and the winner was 3 to 5, and the horse ran second was 4 to 1,
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the
Yep.
third horse was 6 to 1 on the morning line. I got
Yeah.
$77 for that. I'm telling you that minimum. A lot of people say, well, it's 50
Yep.
cents to a dollar. Okay, but that's 100% increase.
Yes.
mhm,
Yeah.
That makes
Yep.
a $6 ticket a $12 ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So you're definitely right, Mike. We have to adjust with the new landscape. So you
mhm,
got to find the bets that fit you. And I'm telling you, man, the trifecta, and
Yep.
also at Los Alamitos too. The
yeah,
trifecta is a great bet. I know we've talked about that, Charisse. You know that.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
It'll be favorite, and it'll pay $28. I'm like, what is this? They're giving money away.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were with
Good point.
Caroline. Yeah, we were with Caroline Todd the other night, and she hit a trifecta. She said, "Yeah, I got it," and I'm like, "Oh, that's gonna pay pretty well." And what was it, like $400 or something? And we're like, "What?"
Wow.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
crazy. It was, and
We're at Los
it was like
Alamitos.
a 4 to 1 over a 5 to 1 over a 5 to 1 or something, and
Mm-hmm.
it paid like $400. We're like, "Oh my God, we're
Mm-hmm.
high fiving her." She was like, "Yeah, I got that. You think it's gonna pay?" I said, "Yeah, it's gonna pay." I was like, we had no idea it was gonna pay that much. But
Yeah.
yeah, you got to look for it because you're right. The 50 cent tries, the 10 cent supers. I mean, those things are always they always kind of chisel at the bottom line. And
Yeah,
like Mike said,
they
like
get watered down.
like
They do.
the 20 cent pick sixes
Mm-hmm.
or the smaller ways of 50 cent pick fives, unless you go deep. Even the pick fives are getting eroded too, because
Mm-hmm.
you just can't, because the CAW, they
Mm,
know where the money's going, and they're just gonna hammer wherever the money's going. And I wish we had those computers. Wish my computer would have
Yeah.
all those odds and
Yeah.
everything, and the live money and where it's going, because that's crazy. Anyway, we're getting on that CAW talk again
Yeah.
here.
uh,
Let's get on with that sucker.
So,
Oh, all right.
real quick, honey, I'm sorry. So, Gabe, make sure you do your anti-rain dance for Monday.
Oh
So
yeah.
we're all going to meet up at Front Runner Monday.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to Monday. Always love holiday racing. I
Me
don't know why.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Me
there's
too.
just something
Mm-hmm.
about it, being at the
Yeah.
track on a Monday, and
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure hope so. I mean, let's just keep that rain away and make it come on Tuesday.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
love rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays.
Yeah.
yeah. There you go. There you
Yep.
Yeah.
go.
Yep.
Mike, I think you ought to look into flights. Come fly
Well, you
out.
know what? Yeah, I'm gonna look into them in April.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get me and
Boy,
my
Mike, if
son
you
up
go,
too.
I will definitely make sure I'm there if you're there, my man.
Well, we're gonna try to plan a trip to Vegas. How often do you go to Vegas, Gabe?
I used to, you know what? I used to go a lot more. I mean, I used to be a Vegas aficionado. I'm
Hmm.
actually going during March Madness because a friend of
I
mine,
love that.
Yeah, I love I used to go to Reno
Yeah,
all the time for March Madness.
yeah, yeah.
You
Uh-huh.
know, I love being, all the big screen TVs and the
Uh-huh.
people there. But like I've said, Vegas is kind of got me upset lately because of how they've
Hmm.
raised the prices on everything,
Yeah.
parking, resort
Hmm.
fees. I mean, you
Hmm.
go to Starbucks, coffees are like $9 now, and it's just they're
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
gouging everybody, and I'm kind of making a personal boycott against it, and other
Hmm.
people are too.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
if I know a lot of people in Vegas. I got a lot of connections there. I know I got friends there, and they told me the Super Bowl was a lot more dead than it usually is
Yeah.
Yep,
over there.
sure
I heard it
was.
wasn't that many people like usual. So I
Yes.
Right.
don't know.
In
You know what I
fact,
mean?
yeah.
Vegas needs to get their act together, Mike, and I'll be there more often. But you're
Yeah.
going to go there in April?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try to make it down if I can, if the cards play out right, to get down there to join Steve and Charisse if I can. It
Yeah.
just
That'd be
depends on
great.
what I have going on, but yeah, I'd like to get down there. Gabe, I used to love to go to Vegas just because it was Vegas, and
Yeah,
Right.
and I mean you give a guy a dollar or two and he takes your car and parks it
Yeah.
and gets it
Yeah.
and you bring it back, you give him three or four. I mean, it's nothing like that now.
I know. You used
Yeah.
to get $5 steak dinners, and
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
comps were real easy to get.
yes,
You used to
yes,
remember. We all remember. You bet $10 in a horse race, you get two drink tickets.
Two
Now
drinks.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 100 at most
I
places.
know.
It's insane.
yeah. That's
Yeah, I've been,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
been to Vegas so many times over my life because I grew up in Southern California, Mike, and I remember we were 19 years old trying to sneak into Slots of
Oh
Fun
yeah,
near Circus to, because they had the machines that were close to the street, and you could kind of, and then maybe
I
pop a
remember
couple
that.
things in, maybe until they looked at you. How old are you, son? And maybe you could win a few bucks, and then head down, keep walking down the street, but. Yeah, yeah, that was but those are the old
Good old days.
days.
Remember the
Yeah.
Westward Ho was right across the street. Get a hot dog
So
bigger than like a 2 foot hot dog for 99
uh,
cents.
that's
so much,
crazy.
man.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
much. I mean,
yeah.
I remember the Hacienda. We used to stay at the Hacienda all the time, which
oh my God. I remember the Hacienda.
yeah, it became the Mandalay Bay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where it
Mm.
was. And yeah, yeah. Back in the
Really?
days. And yeah, her dad had a line at the Sands, wasn't it? Back in the day,
Yeah.
Annie?
And the Desert Inn.
Yeah, the
And the
Desert Inn.
Hilton, which is now the Westgate. Yeah.
Yeah. Used to be the International. Old days, old days. All
Yeah.
right. Well, let me give out my pick five for Fairgrounds
Yep.
Saturday. It is
Oh yeah.
a big day of racing down there. It's their
Yes.
biggest day. They do have their other big race, but this is Risen Star Day. It ends with the Risen Star. I love tracks that do the old school. We're going to put the last race at the end of the card. And that's what they
Yeah.
did here. The 12th race is
I
the
think all
final
tracks
race.
should do that. I'm with you. Sorry for
Yeah.
interrupting, but I think all tracks should do that.
I
I,
love
I
it. It's
hate
old
that the
school.
Breeders' Cup's not the last, or the Classic's not the last race
Yes.
anymore.
Well,
I agree.
It's
Why
terrible.
did
what
they
a
do that?
mistake
For
that
what's the
was.
purpose?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you've
what a
got,
mistake that
this
was.
you got that hanging Chad race after the big race that some of the jockeys, if they got injured in the big race because they were trying to win, or they won and they're like, screw it. I just won like 100 grand on this race. I'm not gonna do an allowance race after this. Somebody
Yeah,
else can take my mount, and it screws everything
unbelievable.
up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
Yeah.
hate it. But Fairgrounds, they got it right down in the Big Easy down Fairgrounds. So it's starting in the eighth race. This is $1 million guaranteed. Well, it says $1 million estimated. I take that back. So I don't think Fairgrounds is guaranteeing anything. It'll be $1 million because everybody loves this day, Risen Star Day. It starts in the eighth race with the Alstall Memorial. It's a mile and a 16th on the turf, $100,000 ungraded. And this is for the females here, fillies and mares. I really enjoy the one, the two. Those are going to be the favorites, but the three, Sweet Treasure, I think's really got a good shot here with Brad Cox and Florent Giroux, the previously named Florent Giroux. I think this horse is you can that last race he was going against a lot of these others here, but he bobbled at the start, had a rough start, got jammed in. If he gets a better break here, I think he could win this race. And he's 6-1. I'll take that all day over the other two horses that are favorites. But the other two I'm putting in are bombs in this one. I'm putting in 6 deep in this because I think this is a wide open race. The one bomb I like here is the 5 Lucky Speech at 20 to 1.
Oh,
It's Steve
Oh,
Asmussen, and we got Graham on board. He ran a nice even race at 100K in that last race at Fairgrounds. He was getting ready for this one here. He's going to be a closer. We've got speed in this race, so I'm hoping that this horse is just going to close at the end, plain and simple. And he's had 2/3 at Fairgrounds, and his numbers are competitive in this field. I just don't think he's as sexy as the other ones. And when you've got Graham on board and Asmussen, yeah, he takes money. But of course, when you got Brad Cox and Pletcher and all these others in here, I am putting the Brad Cox horse in there too. Mo Expectations, the 7, with Concepcion on board. Brad Cox, the horse seems to be coming into his own, getting better, getting better, getting better. He was in the option claiming 50, and he went a mile and 16th in 141 and 4, which is a decent speed for that turf down there. And so I'm putting him in as well. So I got a bunch in there. I got 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and then the 9 at 15 to 1, Cupid's Crush. The trainer is Hugh Robertson. It's not one of the Duck Dynasty Robertsons, I don't think. So this guy's a trainer down there. He's got Marcelino Pedroza on board at 15%. Marcelino is, and this horse again is right in that same mode. He lost, and he was right in between. Cuba's Crush was at 27-1, was in between Medoro and Lucky Speech. They were all very similar in that race. He got a 96 Beyers his last race. You go back a few races, he had a 92. He's at high 80s, 90s. I think everybody's forgetting about this horse because it's Hugh Robertson. And but I'm putting that sucker in, that 9 horse. So I got 6 deep in the first race. Boom. Let's go to race 9. The second leg is the Mine Shaft Grade 3, mile and a 16th on the main track. I'm going to make it pretty simple here. I'm going to put the 2 favorites in there. I like 2 Accelerized by Todd Pletcher and Velasquez. This horse is really clicking. And they had Pratt on board last time, Pletcher did, for Accelerized. And he ran pretty darn quick. At 8.5 to 1, he ended up winning that sucker by a neck with Pratt on board in the Louisiana, the Grade 3. Well, now he's going in the mine shaft of Grade 3 because he figures, hey, might as well keep the horse down there. He likes it down there. He seems to like the humidity because he did well at Tampa, Gulfstream, and Fairgrounds. So why move him to Kentucky? Keep him where he feels comfortable. So I got the 2 in there. Off a layoff from November is Hit Show. Gary and Mary West bred this horse. It's now Wathen Racing that own this horse, and this one has danced a lot of big dances. He did the Santa Anita Handicap. He lost by 12 lengths, but that's the one that Locked ended up winning in 2025. He goes to the Dubai World Cup and wins, the $12 million race in Dubai. And then he takes a little time off, of course, because you have to when you go that far. But he's starting to round back into that top level horse that he was. At the Clark, he places second in the Clark to Magnitude. I mean, that is no joke there. And certainly with 100 Beyers, this horse has got all the Beyers, but he's just got that layoff. That's why I'm not singling him. So I got 2-6 in there. The next one is the Fairground Stakes. And this is a mile and an eighth on the turf. It's a Grade 3. And I love Brilliant Birdie in here. Brilliant Birdie is Cherie DeVoe's horse, and the horse doesn't always, now that it's 5 years old, doesn't always fire every time, but always gives you a good race. And I think this is going to hit this horse right in its wheelhouse. Mile and eighth on turf, just sit off that lead. It's not a deep closer, but it does like to close. I think with Brian Hernandez on board, that horse is going to do really well. And with Brian on board, this horse has won plenty of races. So these two, the horse and the jockey together, like each other, and that's a big one for me. But I'm also putting in Norm Cassie on Kupuna. Kupuna has got Luis Saez on board. And this horse again is starting to ramp up a little bit. This race may be a little bit ambitious, but I think the horse likes fairgrounds. It's got a first and a second at fairgrounds, and I think that that horse you should put in as well. And the third one I'm putting in is Laganos. Steve Asmussen horse. Wasn't Laganos out in Southern California? I remember that horse somewhere else besides fairgrounds.
Pratt used to ride him.
Yeah, that's right. Here
Mhm.
it is. Churchill. Okay, it was a Churchill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The horse doesn't like to win a whole lot, like Mike says. He doesn't like to get his picture taken. Boy, he's got 5 seconds and 7/3 in his career. But this is the one time he'd probably win and knock me out of there. So I got the 9 in there as well.
So what are your numbers in that race, honey?
So in that last race, I went 2-7-9.
Thank you.
And then the 11th race is the Rachel Alexandra. And I'm putting the favorite Bella Ballerina in there, and I'm backing it up with the 5 Powered by Family, Cherie Duveau with Jose Ortiz. Bella Ballerina's done nothing wrong. Win by 4, win by half in the Goldenrod. This horse is in good form. I think I could probably single the 3 if you want to cheese the ticket down a little bit, but just to back it up, I'm putting the 5 in there, Powered by Family, because I think that's the second best choice. All right, let's get to the last race here, and we'll talk about this race amongst us if we wish. The Risen Star, $500,000 race, grade 2. Got Derby points on the line here. This is a biggie down there. I'm putting the 2 Golden Tempo in there, the 4 Paladin, and 5 Chip Poncho. Yeah, I do like Golden Tempo and Paladin very much. Chad Brown and Magnier and Tabor and the Smith and all the people that always pay a lot for their horses paid 1.9 million for Paladin. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
look
the
what they
horse has
paid for the
won.
7.
It's brought back 184,000, so it hasn't paid anything yet. But I think just because of the royal breeding and everything you got going there, you got to put that horse in. But the one I like the best is Cherie Duveau's horse with those ARTs, Golden Tempo. This horse is going to sit off the lead. He's going to close. He's got speed to close into because Paladin's going, Carson Street's going, Chip Poncho's going. Chip Poncho, I think, is the fastest horse in there. Universe is going, and I think it's going to set up perfectly for Golden Tempo. I mean, if you ever see a race that's going to set up for a closer, it's this one for sure. I think the only other one that might be closing is the 7, and the 8 could close as well for Brad Cox. But I think the 2 Golden Tempo is really the one I like on top. But I've got 2, 4, 5. The ticket is $108. Again, if you want to single the Bella horse, it chops it in half to makes it 54. And that is my choice there. What do you think about the Risen Star there, Gabe?
I think it's a tough race. I'm using the same 3 horses you are, and I'm gonna add Cording in there, that $5 million Pletcher horse,
Yeah.
just in case. I don't know, Johnny Velasquez. You mentioned something interesting. There's a lot of speed in this race, and there's a lot of so tactics are going to be important. And as we were talking off air, talking about we like those old time smart jockeys that read the form.
Mhm.
And Johnny Velasquez is definitely one of those guys that reads the form.
Mhm.
And so I'm thinking I've just had it where I've had races like this before where it seems like a lot of speed or a lot of or no speed or so forth, and Velasquez is in the right spot, outsmarts everybody and wins.
Yeah.
I mean, we've even
Yep.
seen that in the Derby. He's done
Yep.
it in big races. So I just can't leave Velasquez off. I mean, I'm with you. 2, 4, 5. The 5 is a very interesting horse, Chip Hondo. If you look, he had the 10 post last time, and went wide and didn't break good. So I think, and still only lost by a length.
Yep.
So that Chip Honcho was a really nice one, but I don't know if like you said, there's a ton of speed, and it's going to set up for the 2, and then you got to like Golden Tempo, the 2 horse, just because it's the local horse and it's already shown an affinity for the track.
Mhm.
So I'm with you. You can't leave the 2 off, and the race sets up for him. So I'm going to go 4 deep, and I'm going to be singling because you got to single somebody, and you and I both agree it's really hard to find a single on this 5 race card, but the Brilliant Birdie, or not Brilliant Bird, I'm sorry, in the 11th race, Bella Ballerina,
Bella
all these
Ballerina.
horses with the bees.
Yeah.
Bella Ballerina,
Yeah.
and I'm with you. I think the five's got a big shot in there, and I also think maybe Velasquez again with the one in there, but you got to single somebody, you got to take a shot. You don't want to spend erroneous money, especially if then it chalks out. You don't get that much
Mhm.
money, and you also could tell yourself, hey, I could bet 100 to win or 200 to win on Bella Ballerina and get more than what the pick five would pay. So
Mm.
you don't want to put
Yep.
too much into a pick five where you're singling a 1 to 2 or 3 to 5
Mhm.
shot. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
single Bella Ballerina and go with 2, 4, 5, 7 on the last. And
Mhm.
you have some good opinions on the other races too, Steve. You did your
Yeah.
homework.
Yep. Yep.
A
Love
little
it.
bit.
Yep. Well, I wanted to tell you guys something to take a look out for with Chad Brown at the fairgrounds. And so you would think when you hear Chad Brown on the turf,
Right.
you got oh boy, when he sends his horses to the fairgrounds, you got to think, man, he's very successful there. The exact opposite.
No.
In the last 5 years, he's sent 14 turf horses. I mean, he's had 14 starts on the turf there, and he's 2 for 14.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not like him. He's like
Okay.
23% on every angle.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
That's it.
um,
Very good info.
yeah, that is so, and a friend of mine's that loves the analytics, and he's a big analytic guy. He told me about that this morning, and he says that he just throws them out on the turf because
Wow.
he says that at the fairgrounds because he says that that's not what he's pointing his good ones for. It's
Mm.
it's it's Aqueduct, it's Saratoga, it's Keeneland, and again when he gave me those analytics, I was really really interested in that. And the other thing he told me was that in that race, race 10, and I got your picks here, but he told me he's throwing 279 out and using everything else but that. He's a pretty sharp player. Pretty sharp
Yeah.
player.
Well, I get
So
it.
I mean, and I said, well, why would you throw Lagos out? I mean, the nine, and he said because he doesn't want to go that far. He told me and again he's pretty sharp, and we've known each other for years. I'm not saying I'm going to do that, but I'm just saying that he said that.
Yeah.
And he liked the horses in the 12th that you had, Steve, and
Mhm.
Gabe. He liked the 2, 4, 5.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
This guy sounds
so
good. I like this guy.
yeah, so anyway, I'm just so remember that about the 10th. If you can, if you got a single somewhere, he liked the 5, he liked the 6, in that race. He liked the 1. He liked some prices in there because he did not
Okay.
think that those. He thought that the 2, and we talked explicitly about the race. He said that he listened to David Aragona, who talked to the trainer of the 2, and I don't know if you guys saw that interview, but the trainer of the 2 said that this is just a starting point, that they weren't really pointing for that race. So, but we've heard that before, and they win
Yeah.
by 6, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So anyway,
what you do, Mike, to appease that friend and your brother here, Steve, you push the all button.
yeah, exactly.
No
Yeah, exactly.
problem. Yeah,
I'm
no
like
problem.
when I heard what I said, I got one buddy saying he likes 279. I got the other one saying he's not. He's throwing them all out. So I'm gonna we and if I tell you what, if whoever's right, we'll bring him on the. We'll if he's right, we'll bring him on the show and let him explain
Deal.
to you.
That's a deal.
Okay.
You got it.
Well,
You got it.
can I add something? Because I did look at these last five, right? I looked at these five, the pick five yesterday. I did a
Yep.
lot of studying. My top pick in there is the number 6, Montendor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? This horse is proven on the grass. I'm a
Yep.
big believer in horses that if they like the fairgrounds turf, they like it. If they don't, they
Hmm.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
He
he won
like.
by 4 lengths last time against him.
Yeah.
He's going up in class, but then if sometimes I think class could be a little overrated sometimes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I've been burnt. You see horses stepping up and beating better horses all the time. And
Yeah.
if the two horses prepping, like you said, maybe not, or doesn't get a great trip, and the 9 is kind of a hanger. We have to admit that
Hmm. He
Laganos is
doesn't
kind
want
of
to
a
go that
hanger.
far, but
You know what I
you
mean?
know,
And if all
yeah,
those happen, then why can't the 6 win?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He
Am I
liked
right? I
the.
mean, why not?
You're
Godolphin,
right.
a young
Yeah.
horse
Yeah.
improving,
Yep.
only ran 7 times.
Yep. He liked the 1, 5, 6, 8, and I believe the 8 is the horse that I believe it's the 8. And again, I
The
have
only
my notes
speed.
up. Yeah, the only
Yeah,
speed,
yeah.
and so
I got a
that's
big
what
note on that horse, Lone F.
yeah. So yeah. So anyway, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's the beautiful thing about horse betting, and we learned it from the movie Let It Ride. When Richard Dreyfuss went into the bar and he said, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take
Yeah.
all of our money and bet it on the 5 horse." And then everybody's like,
Uh-huh.
"Ooh,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah,
I
no,
agree. And
Well,
the thing about horse racing that's great is I think that, I always listen to why someone has that opinion because I always learn something.
yep,
Yeah.
same here."
That's how you really learn, and that's why it's really important to listen to people's opinions. And even if you don't agree with it, you listen, maybe there's something in there you can learn.
I
yeah.
love that you said that, Mike. I love that you said that because you know what? Between all of us, we have tons of years into this game. I mean, I've been in it since I was a child. We've all been in it many years. And I love what you said, Mike. And absolutely, I already had a lot of respect for you, Mike, but I have even more now because you're still learning. I love that.
Yes.
I hate
Gotcha.
people
Yeah.
that think they know it all. I
Yeah.
hate people that think they've mastered this game.
No.
You're not going to master a game with
No.
four-legged animals.
No.
You're
No.
not.
No.
You're not
No.
going to master
No.
this game. You just got to find your edges and exceed. And you're always learning. And what worked today might not work next year.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You
But the
always have
best
to
one,
adapt. You're learning.
yeah.
And I love that you said that because anybody's listening, you're always learning. You never stop learning in this game.
No.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the great thing about like what you all do, like what you're doing, Gabe, and what Charisse and Steve is doing, like some of these guys, like you listen to Andy Serling and those guys, and you never see their tickets.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Okay,
Yeah, it's true.
and they will sit there, and
And
I
if you
told
do, they
Richie,
might be fake tickets. Trust me on
yeah,
that one.
yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
I
sure,
told
yeah.
Richie,
They'll bet the ticket, take a picture, and then cancel it. Oh, yeah. I
Hey,
know
well,
people
well,
do
yeah,
Rich
that.
Perloff posted a pick six, and it hit for like 100,000, and he admitted he never bet it.
didn't bet it. Yeah, yeah, sure, that's a true story.
That's a true
That is a
story.
true story. That is a true story.
I'd
He
say
said it on.
80% of the tickets out there are not being bet. I would just for
Yeah.
who knows, I'd say 80%, or they're betting more, betting less.
The one guy that I think, and again, I have a lot more respect for people at a show because there's a lot of people that need to learn how to bet tickets, and so you got
Yeah,
a guy that's and I've told Richie this about so I'm not speaking negatively about Andy, but you know how can you teach people if they don't see the way you're playing your tickets? So they can learn from it. If they can see the ticket structure and all that, but they give you nothing like that.
hmm
They don't tell you anything. They just say, "Oh, I like this horse, and this is what I like, and this is what." But you never see their tickets.
you
Well,
know,
the good thing with me, gentlemen, is I give out such cheap tickets, and I only give out one, two, maybe three horses in each race. Who cannot afford to play my tickets,
Yeah,
exactly. That's
yeah.
true.
My
right?
daughter always plays your tickets. My daughter always.
Oh, does she
Yeah.
really? Oh, well, a funny, quick story. My dad, who was unfortunately he passed before Steve and I met, and he was a phenomenal handicapper. When he introduced me to this sport when I was probably 14, 15. And then we started going to the track in Southern California, tracks in Southern California, and he would say to me, Charisse, stop betting every race.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'd
Yeah.
say, why? He
Yeah.
said, you are not going to win every race. I said,
No.
why not? And it always sat with me as so funny because he would cash some phenomenal tickets. and he's done. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, you want to do $1 late pick 4?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll spring for that. But he cashed one at Santa Anita, a superfecta. And Gabe, you may remember this. Victor Espinoza was a bug this year. I think it was 2003. It was a year before he passed. And he loved this Espinoza horse. It was at Hollywood Park, and first a maiden. And he says, Victor's going to get this horse out. I'm telling you, he's 5 pounds lighter. He's wiring this field. And I said, okay. So he put 50 to win on him. And then he had $1 super box with his 4 horses. Espinoza was one of them, and then the other 3.
That was when superfectas were $1 minimum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Espinoza
Mhm.
goes out. You can hear my dad from the turf club. Woo! I mean, we had Lawrence, the maitre d'. Everybody's rooting this horse in, paid over $40 to win.
Oh my God, Lawrence. I remember
His-
Lawrence.
His superfecta for $1 paid 7-8 grand, something like that. So we're sitting at the table. He
Paid
flicks his
200
50
today.
to win. He flicks his 50 to win ticket at my mom and I, and goes, "Here, girls, have fun." And we're like,
Oh yeah.
okay.
What a good dad.
That was
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, he was
Yeah.
the best. But he was a firm believer in that. He says, "I don't bet every race. There's no way."
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
He used to do when the daily doubles were the first and second races only.
Yeah. I remember
That's
that.
when he'd bet. He'd do a $25 double, $50 double, and that's it. So yeah, lots of good memories with him, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Good.
Doubles,
You have
that's another good bet.
Yeah,
That's it.
Mhm.
the
The
late
$5
double.
ones, right, Gabe? They're
Well,
talking about the $5 ones?
either one, but I love the late $5 double because
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you get 2 decent horses in. I'll tell you one thing. What I've noticed with those $5 doubles, you beat either favorite, you're gonna get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get paid. One thing
Yeah.
I wanted to mention, because since we're just talking about this, it's something that Caleb Keller taught me about a year ago.
Good handicapper.
Really, and this is learning. This is learning again. Yeah, I've been in the game my whole life, been betting horses since I was a child. But it's something that he brought to my attention. I want to ask you guys. We all talk about handicapping because you were just talking about that. We handicap the race, we figure out who we like. Okay, now consider this. What's the ratio of time you spend handicapping compared to constructing your bets?
Mhm.
Oh,
And I'll tell you one thing, my ratio was like 99 to 1 for a while.
Yeah. No, you have to structure your tickets right. And again, and
You have to
Steve
sit down and
Therese,
do it.
you
But how much
do.
time do you spend, Mike? I wanted to ask you.
I'd say it's 50-50.
See what I
And
mean?
yeah, I spend a lot of time on my tickets, and I don't, like I said, Steve and Cherie, they see a lot of my tickets because when I hit them, I send them a copy of the tickets. They say, let me, and I see, so they see the
so
way
you can read them home.
structure my tickets because ticket structure matters.
Oh, it's everything, really. If you want to win, it's everything.
Matters.
Yeah.
It really does. So
And
yeah.
Mike,
So,
every time you send us one of those tickets, I look at Steve and I say, "Why didn't you bet it?" And I start crying. So,
yeah.
But I'll tell you one
No.
thing. When you say the average person at the track, it's probably 90-10.
Yeah.
I don't think
Because
they
they
spend
don't
much
value
time.
it. Yeah.
yeah.
They don't
Some of my
value
best
it, Gabe.
scores and it's funny, like you look back now, it's all retrospective, is when I sat down and thought of how to bet it,
Mm.
how to
Yeah.
structure the ticket. Because there's times where you're at the track and you're in a rush. Oh, we're going to put in a pick 4. Okay,
Yep.
well, who do you like? Who do you like? We got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's better when you sit down, give it like 20 minutes of your time and say, okay, I'm going to put this horse in, I'm going to leave this horse out. I'm going to do this, do that. Or maybe I'll do like 4 different tickets, an A, B, C ticket. You know what I mean? We got to spend more time figuring how to bet than what to bet.
Right. If you want to hear more about Caleb Keller, please go back to our channel and listen when we had Caleb Keller on. Okay, that was the public service announcement. Now, the other thing is, if you want to hear about a guy that really does that, it's Twinkie. go back and watch our Twinkie episode as well.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Twinkie he is very structured on his tickets. I mean, he has a structure. He
Yes.
does a bunch of small tickets, and he will
I love
go
that.
all with two, with one, with one, with one. Two with all, with two, with two, with two, with two.
No,
One,
he
you know,
always goes all in the first leg, honey.
yes, I know. He says, I don't want to be knocked out in the first leg
Yeah.
because I'll do all these smaller tickets instead of playing a $144 ticket. What I will do is I'll play a bunch of different tickets that'll probably add up to close to that or a little less, but I'll have a lot of options. And if it chalks out, I win those too.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but it takes a long time. What he does, I mean, I've seen his sheet of paper. He showed it to me. He says, I don't show this to many people, but this is what I do. And he does that. He's very structured on how the structure of the ticket matters more than the horse itself. I mean,
Yeah.
he'll pick the
Absolutely.
horses the day ahead of time. Then he structures
Mhm.
the ticket and makes all those bets. So,
Mhm.
very
And I think
smart.
Gabe said something earlier. I mean, I know people that'll put the favorite in just because they say they don't want to get beat by the favorite, which is
Right.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
A lot
an
of people are
awful.
defensive with that favorite.
Yeah, I can't be. If I don't like them, I throw them out and I'll put an 8 or 9 to 1 shot in.
Mhm.
Instead with no problem if I don't like them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like him, you don't need to worry about him. So
Yeah.
you can add a whole bunch more. I mean, if you
Mhm.
know you're playing against the favorite and you have a strong opinion on it, but I mean, add more than just that extra 9 to 1. Add a
Yes,
couple
sir.
of 20 to 1s. I mean, why not? Because if you're betting against the favorite, anybody can win. So
Yes.
And they lose 70% of the time or more. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. If you get 3 out of 10 hits, you're in the Hall of Fame. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, that has been a very vigorous
Great
show here.
episode.
Certainly appreciate it, everybody, for
Yep.
doing all your stuff here and joining us today. And at a kiss for luck, we'd like to say goodbye the normal way we do. Good luck and good betting this weekend. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay.
Gabe, we'll see you Monday.
I'll see
Yeah.
you guys.
Thanks,
Hey,
thanks everybody. Nice talking to you today, Gabe.
All
you
right.
too, man. Hey, are we all fair?